Eggs littered the sand, but there was no sign of life around or in them. The seabirds that should have been keeping watch had taken off, terrified by a drone that crash-landed into their nesting grounds on an island at the Bolsa Chica Ecological Reserve. "We've never seen such devastation here," said Melissa Loebl, an environmental scientist who manages the Huntington Beach Reserve. "This has been really hard for me as a manager." Some 3,000 elegant terns fled the reserve after the drone crashed May 12, leaving behind 500 to 2,000 eggs, none of them viable. It was the largest egg abandonment that scientists who work there can recall. As for the birds, which are highly sensitive to perceived threats, nobody is sure what happened to them. "We actually still don't know where they are," Loebl said. The mass abandonment was the culmination of a year of issues caused by increased traffic to the reserve, which has seen the number of visitors double as the COVID-19 pandemic sent droves of people outdoors. There has been an uptick in bicyclists, who sometimes carve trails off established paths and disturb sensitive areas, and more people have been bringing dogs, which can scare wildlife and leave behind waste. Both are prohibited in the reserve, as they threaten to flush birds off their nests. "They're seen as predators," Loebl said. "Think of a bird. When I migrate 100 miles, I want a safe place to nest, forage and breed, and they come here to do just that. But nothing has been as catastrophic as drones, which are being flown over the reserve with increasing frequency. Drones are not permitted to fly over state wildlife reserves, precisely because they run the risk of disturbing habitats," said Officer Nick Molsberry of the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. "If that happens, the operator can face additional charges for nest destruction and harassment of wildlife," he said. The Bolsa Chica Ecological Reserve is one of the last remaining and largest coastal wetlands in Southern California, where 95% of the habitat has been destroyed, Loebl said. More than 800 species rely on the 1,000-plus acre area for critical habitat. Of those species, 23 have special status, including the California least tern and Ridgway's rail, which are endangered, and the western snowy plover, which is classified as threatened. "These are all birds we put a lot of time and energy into managing their habitat so they can have a successful year breeding," Loebl said. Volunteers spend the fall preparing two man-made islands, North Tern Island and South Tern Island, taking on vegetation management projects so the birds can nest, Loebl said. In April, thousands of terns arrive for the breeding season, including elegant terns that migrate from Central and South America. They stay until August, when they fly away with their chicks. Although elegant terns are not considered threatened or endangered, Bolsa Chica is one of just 4 known nesting sites, said Michael H.